Hello everyone, my name is Nimade Ayorin Andra. I'm from class F5 and my number is 23. I want to tell you a story I modified from a folk tale, namely The Prince and the Pauper by Mark Twain, with a comic series called The Retreats by Shin Hyung-wook. I will name this modified story as The Retreats. For the characters, we have Johan Kenti as the antagonist with his cunning and manipulative nature. For the protagonist, we have Edward, who is a spoiled kid, but slowly he will become a resilient figure. For the last, we have Gable Kenti, who is an innocent kid, but also like Edward, he will slowly become a cunning person. And the story is set in a post-apocalyptic world in two main locations, namely the Hopes or the White Spare and the slums. So the stories begin when about Johan, who comes from the slums. He got a chance to work in the White Spare and he met the sons of the boss who owns the company. It was Edward. He has the same face with Gable, but too bad that Edward was a spoiled kid and an arbitrary person. So Johan had a cunning idea to swap Edward's identity with Gable's. That is the main problem of the story. In the end, Johan managed to realizing his plan to switch his son's identity with Edward's. Gable managed to live in the White Spare, the prosperous place, while Gable got abandoned in the slums and being hunted by Johan henchmen. Edward must survive to be able to get revenge to Johan, so he managed to escape and form an alliance with a local organization that has the same desire to sneak into the White Spire. In an effort to realize his sneak plan, Edward succeeded in taking revenge and killing Johan. But before he died, Johan managed to leak their plan to both the slums and the Hopes people. Riots are inevitable, and chaos were everywhere in the Hopes and the White Spire. Edward managed to find his father, only to see him dead. Thinking that Gable killed him, Edward immediately looked for him. Edward found Gable in the middle evacuations. Edward confronted Gable, but Gable, who had imitated his father's cunning nature, managed to pound Edward too angry. In the end, Gable managed to flee away and evacuate, while Edward is left behind and alone. Edward really angry and decided to continue his revenge and hunt Gable. That's the end of the story. Thank you everyone.